Hello everyone, welcome to Flick Sports. Today, we are going to tell you about the crazy car collections of football legends. Diamond-covered Rolls Royce, $33 million Ferrari, and from there, it only gets crazier. These are the most expensive cars of soccer players, and you can't bring up spending millions without mentioning my boy Aubameyang. Not only were his cars expensive, they were controversial too. In his 14 years of pro football, he's racked up over $80 million, and I swear this man spent every cent on his whips. Dude's literally got solid gold Lamborghini, an R8, Range Rover, and a Porsche, but nothing compares to his $2 million masterpiece. Dude's looking like he's living GTA in real life. This LaFerrari comes with a V12 engine, has a top speed of 220 miles per hour, and can go 0 to 124 faster, and you can watch a TikTok. Now personally, I thought the paint job was pretty crispy, but as fans they were pissed. It's pretty well known in the car community to keep a LaFerrari the traditional red, so when Obama took to Instagram and posted his pearlescent chrome, got his ass roasted. People were saying things like, I don't think ruining a LaFerrari was possible, and that it looked like a little kid picked his paint job, and he made sure to surprise his haters with something special. He got his $300,000 Lamborghini Huracan, wrecked the exact same way. Then he let all the trolls know that to live like him they'd need a cheat code. Now with the garage filled up like this, I didn't think you could top it, but then I found out Neymar. He has cars that literally nobody else in the entire world can buy. He makes around $100 million every single year, and there's nothing he loves blowing a bag on more than his car collection. But what's crazy is Neymar's so known for his whips. He can't even drive down the street without a crowd running after him. People are literally about to get run over. Just to take a picture of him is ridiculous. So you think you'd Neymar with a copper car that would blend in or just Uber everywhere, right? Well, back in 2019, right after he signed a $200 million deal, he decided Audis, Ferraris, Bugattis just weren't flashy or expensive enough. He wanted something that nobody could buy, and that's when he found a $4.5 million supercar he couldn't live without. This thing looks like a damn spaceship. This Lamborghini Veneno has a V12 engine, can go 221 miles per hour, and there are only 5 of these in the entire world. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he won't get recognized driving this down the street, but you want to know what's crazier than that it's not even the fastest car he owns. Later that year, Neymar decided it was necessary to spend a few more million, because $4 million on a single car, it didn't dent his bank account enough, so if he had to level up, looks like it might fly away. His Lycan Hypersport came with a twin-turbo S6 engine, 780 horsepower, and can go 245 miles per hour. I'd like to see a cop try and pull this thing over. There's a reason they put his car in Fast and Furious. Now $8 million on 2 cars. Things don't get crazier than that, right? Well, Lionel Messi's cars cost him $50 million, and one of his cars is literally illegal. Messi's been known for his Audis and Mercedes, but in 2015, after you won the Ballon d'Or, he decided to spend $2 million to celebrate, and with that, he bought one of the rarest cars in the entire world. Now, I don't know what it is about these soccer players, but I feel like they played a little too much Need for Speed growing up. They're getting cars straight out of video games. Messi's Pagani Roadster has a V12 engine, 6-speed transmission, and can go 208 miles per hour. That's literally fast enough for a plane to take off. Now, I don't know what Messi's running from, but I don't want to find out. It's not even allowed on the road. I just hope he can get his money back. Otherwise, he spent $2 million for nothing but mats. He's still got $48 million of whips in his garage, and more than half of that was on a single car. Back in 2016, Messi got an anonymous tip that the owner of his dream car was finally selling it, so he dropped everything to race to his private jet and flew to the car's auction in Paris. But there was one huge problem: Cristiano Ronaldo. Before Messi's plane landed, Ronaldo offered millions to the dealer to buy the car himself, just so he could pull up to El Clasico in Messi's dream car. I guess the rivalry on the field just wasn't enough, but the auction house knew Messi was on his way and wanted to give him a shot at making a better offer. So when Messi showed up, the two battled it out, made their bids, and things got pretty heated. Neither of them were trying to leave without this car, but eventually the price got a little out of Ronaldo's budget, and for the first time in his career, he accepted defeat. That day, Messi became a champion again, but this time, the trophy cost him $33 million. Now Ronaldo didn't let the defeat get to him. After all, he's already got over $22 million in cars. I'm talking he's got so many, he literally lost count how many counts. Hold up, do you mean a ridiculous garage crazy is half the money he spent on his Bugatti collection? Back in my day, people collected baseball cards. This dude collects million-dollar cars and forgets about them. In 2016, he spent $2 million to go 253 miles an hour in his all-black Bugatti Veyron, and just a year later, he spent another $3 million on a silver and black Bugatti Chiron, this time with customized CR7 headrests on the seats, his logo on the left-hand side, and Ronaldo got so much attention for buying this. The company wanted him to become the face of their brand. Now Ronaldo is already copying 2 Bugattis. Ronaldo was first in line. He decided there was no way he could live with himself if he didn't spend $12 million on this. I thought my Toyota Camry was fast. Ronaldo's not playing. His all-white Bugatti Shinto Daiichi came with an 8-liter W16 engine and can go 236 miles per hour. Not to mention, there's only 10 of these cars in the entire world. Even though Ronaldo spent $17 million just on Bugattis, he spent even more millions in cars for a rainy day. Back in 2019, after winning the Serie A championship, for another one to spend some millions to celebrate. And that's when he spent over $900,000 on a limited edition McLaren Senna. It came with a twin-turbo V8 engine and was designed to look like a shark. So just like Ronaldo always does, as soon as he bought it, he had to flex it to his 200 million followers on Instagram. Now what's crazy is Ronaldo only meant to flex the McLaren. He has not even realized that 2 of his 400,000 Rolls Royce would pop up in the frame. But Ronaldo's also a big fan of those cars as well. Been spied in an all-white Rolls Royce Cullinan and another all-white Phantom. So he's not always in cars that can go 5 times the speed limit. But speaking of cars that go over 200 miles an hour, but would a car collection be without a couple of Lamborghini? And as you could have guessed, those are some of Ronaldo's favorites. He spent over $300,000 twice on Lamborghini Aventadors, one all-white and another all-black. But this car might be something he regrets. I think from now on Ronaldo should just be an Uberman. This dude's crashed Lamborghinis. Pegasus, it's costing them millions. But worst of all, one accident nearly ended his career. I'm just glad Ronaldo turned out okay, because this could have been a way more devastating situation. And we all can learn something from this. It's that an almost billionaire's life can nearly be taken in a split second. No amount of money or fame makes anybody invincible, and it proves that none of us should be speeding either. And if we all come together and just be a little more aware, it can truly make the world a safer place. And there's also one soccer player who not only learned from Ronaldo's mistakes, but from his own as well. David Beckham was an all-time great player, so it's no surprise he had a garage filled with Ferraris, Lambos, Porsches, and McLarens. But because of a speeding incident in 2018, Beckham did not only change his ways, but changed the world. Beckham was caught whipping a Bentley 59-40, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But this wasn't his first incident. So when police officers caught him this time, they didn't take the situation lightly. I mean, they literally wanted to take away his license for good, but Beckham's lawyer, Nick Freeman, wasn't going to let that happen under one condition. He wanted Beckham to give up his fast and furious ways and hire a personal driver. Now Beckham thought long and hard about this. I mean, he had a garage filled with supercars that could go 200 miles per hour. The adrenaline from going that fast was forever in his DNA, but after all, it was bigger than himself. He didn't have much of a choice. He was honestly risking more than his own life out there. And what type of role model would he be if he didn't learn from this mistake? So he looked at this, and honestly, he took it as a blessing. Everybody just wanted to see him become a better person, and he realized that. So Beckham looked at this as an opportunity to inspire each and every one of his fans, and he agreed to his lawyer's terms, hired a personal chauffeur, and nowadays, whenever you see that Rolls Royce or Bentley pulling up in his Beverly Hills neighborhood, he's in the backseat. But at least he's alive and can continue inspiring the world. It's not all about the cars, it's about what you do with them, and every car in his garage should inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.